what's going on? What's going on, guys? Good evening, good evening. This is your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele, coming to you live this Wednesday night. What is good? What is good? Great to see you guys. Great to see you guys tonight. And I've got a great show lined up for you guys tonight. And I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with my visual. Sorry, my screen's all screwed up. I'll sort it out, guys. I'll sort it out. I promise. We will get down to it. There we go. Things are starting to come together. There we are. Now things are where they need to be. The Hollywood Square right here, the big square, has things lined up where they need to be. Who do we got in here? We got the Rock Lobster. We've got Josh Randell, Disavows. We've got 7-1, Alan Schneider. Let's see. Oh, Will the Ruler. Welcome, Will the Ruler. The Hump Deezy. Me, you. Zombie Doge Army, of course. Bang Stun. And Charles. Charles, welcome, Charles. And did I leave anyone out that's active in the chat right now? Low Roller. Truckin' All Day. Good to see you, Truckin' All Day. DJ and Famous. Welcome, welcome. I think, no, Naomo. Naom. Did I spell? Oh, yeah. Namio. Sorry, Namio. What a wonderful Jay. Enjoy it, Steve. Appreciate that. Right back at you. Larry Ramirez. All right. Honda 1979 is here. Mama Crypto, of course. What is good? Right back at you. Donna Tabuki, welcome. Great to see you, Donna. Great to see you. Guys, welcome to Steven Steele Live. Guess what? I'm Steven Steele. If you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you to the show. Invite you to join our awesome growing community. Just hit subscribe, hit all on that notification bell. Easy peasy, as simple as that. If you haven't already, smash that like button. I want you to take a quick moment to do that. It's very important. It's the number one thing you can do to help a channel like this work through those tricky YouTube algorithms and reach more people. So if you could just take a second to do that, it's hugely appreciated. If you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, that's hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. Yeah, so without any further ado, it looks like we had a super chat earlier. Rock Lobster starting things off with a $3 super chat with a little post that says, "I'll be back. I'll be back." Thank you for that, Rock Lobster. Appreciate you. Beef Supreme is still around. Someone's wondering where he's been. He'll probably drop in here at some point tonight. It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all, guys. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Let me pull up my notes here. Definitely some interesting stories going on. And check out this one. This one came at me from the New York Post. I lost out on $6 million. I lost out on a $6 million fortune by selling Dogecoin a day too early. My goodness, could you imagine? I mean, I think about a few of the unfortunate trades I've made over the duration of my involvement in cryptocurrency, but nothing nearly to this scale. Could you imagine? A trader has been left gutted after he lost out on a $6 million fortune by selling Dogecoin one day too early. The mystery trader has explained how he managed to make over $2 million in profit on Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, but admitted that he could have made much more if he hadn't cashed out so soon. However, the investor said that he is happy with the life-changing profits. He said that he was able to buy a house. The trader explained he held his nerve as the price of Shiba Inu flatlined in what he called winter months. He claimed he then made $1.1 million in profit after selling over the last month, on top of $1 million in profit on Dogecoin earlier in the year. Writing in a Reddit forum, the trader said that he sold the last month of his total of 42 billion Shiba Inu around 7 days ago, totaling 1.5. He said, "Waiting for more would be greedy. I've been waiting to buy a house and basically got a free one." The trader went on to reveal, "I made $1 million with Doge this year, and if I had waited one more day, it would have been $7 million. I was bummed, but looking back now, I'm happier that I have the money than I am sad. I am sad I don't have more. So I'm sure when Sheep hits crazy numbers, I will be bummed, but hey, that's the way it goes. So, wow. Imagine thinking, hey, I'm playing it safe, I'm playing it smart. I got over $1 million in profits on Dogecoin. I'm cashing it all out. And then the day after, things go so parabolic, you could have 6 times that profit. 7 million. Could you imagine going to sleep after cashing out $1 million worth of Dogecoin, and then waking up and you're shaking off the cobwebs, and you open the phone, let's say it's on Robinhood, you're just like, oh my gosh. I mean, imagine that, the kind of feeling, that'd probably make you break out into like a cold sweat, you know what I mean? Probably literally faint. We definitely got some activity going on in the chat. Nick Tucker coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Nick. Appreciate you, man. Doge X to the moon. Hope you're well, bro. I'm getting there, my friend. And thank you for your well wishes and your support of the show. Really appreciate you. Doge X to the moon, indeed. You know, the whole entire NFT market is taking a massive hit right now. If you're looking for good projects to invest in, now's the time, if you were already planning on doing that sort of thing, because you can get some great deals. Because the whole NFT, now you're going to have to pay the gas fees. Okay, so you got to figure that in. But the reason why the whole NFT market is suffering, and we're seeing all the floors greatly decrease on almost every collection right now, is due to just astronomical Ethereum gas fees, which I believe will get under control through the release and invention of Ethereum 2.0 and most notably the Dogecoin Ethereum bridge. But until then, man, I think, because I don't see Ethereum slowing down either. So I don't know if these gas fees are going to come down until the release of 2.0. So we'll just see how it shakes out. It's just an interesting dichotomy because it's a good sign for Ethereum because it's so wildly popular. That's what drives up all those gas fees. So that's good, particularly for investors and holders. But it's really bad if you launched NFT collections or you're an artist in the NFT space. It's just a real hard place to be right now. So we just gotta, those of you who are invested in solid NFT projects right now, I would implore you just to take a deep breath and use some patience. Try not to sweat those floor prices too much because right now I think a lot of great collections are really undervalued right now due to those gas fees. And when those gas fees moderate and come down more consistently, I think we're going to see a pretty significant bull run in the NFT market to kind of balance out the bearish trends most recently. Donna Tabuki coming in with a $10 super chat. Nothing to say, just throwing $10 to help keep the lights on over here at Steele HQ, my one-bedroom stucco wall apartment here. Thank you for that, Donna. Appreciate you. Sliding Edge celebrating 6 months. My, how time flies. How time flies. Sliding Edge coming in with celebrating 6 months of support on membership. Doge keeps trucking all day. Josh doesn't disavow. Sliding Edge, so great to have you, man. You're a great guy, and glad to have you a part of the family here. And thank you. And thank you to all my members for your continued support. For those of you maybe interested in looking at membership, it's just $4 a month. The link's pinned at the top of the chat. But you get I think you get a lot of value in return. You can ask any of the members how they feel about it. So thank you for that. All right. But wow, I couldn't imagine missing an opportunity like that. I got to tell you, folks, though, I did have one opportunity where I invested just a super small, minuscule amount in an SHIT coin one time just to, roll the dice, in the slot machine, essentially. And I held on to it for, that little investment, I held on to it for, I don't know, probably about a month-ish. And then I was like, I'm just going to throw it back into BNB and do something else with it. And that small investment, I think it was $50 or $100 in BNB in this small SHIT coin. Then I was doing research for my show one night, And I'm like, why is the name of this crappy coin in the news? Well, sure enough, it was one of those just random parabolic rises. And here I am reading it as I'm doing research for this program. And it says, so-and-so SHIT coin that you, Stephen Steele, put $100 in last month but took it out, went to 3,000x. Went 3,000x. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, as I was reading that, I could just feel like the pit in my stomach just go, duh. And I was just reading, I'm like, oh my God. And then I thought to myself, even though it's an SHIT coin, sometimes it's just best to let those ride. If they're small investments and you don't need the money, sometimes it's just best to let them ride in the casino and see how it shakes out. Josh Randell disavows, coming in with a generous $20 super chat. Thank you for that, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Congratulations to Sliding Edge. Thank you for supporting the channel. You're good people. He's good people. Speaking of good people, Josh Randell is definitely good people as well. Josh, thank you for your continued support of the channel. Literally, thanks for helping pay my bills and just keep things going here so I can put as much time into the stuff as I do. Thank you for that. RW, welcome. RW snuck in there. Anyone else I'm missing? High Tech Low Life, what's up, dude? Of course, we got Mama Crypto in the house. I think I mentioned her earlier. Just don't want anyone left out, so I'm just scanning through. But I think I got it right. Scott, good to see you. All right, next story here. Next story. So today, the famous dog behind the Doge meme and Dogecoin celebrates 16th birthday. Yes, today. The source of a meme is often unknown to the audience that consumes them, as they seem to take off overnight, creating life and lives of their own. Kabasu, I think that's how I pronounce it, the Shiba Inu dog, known to most as Doge, the original Doge, is one of those stories. According to CNET, the pup first rose to fame in 2010 when her owner began blogging about the 5-year-old rescue dog. In one now famous photo, Kaboso was laying on a couch with her paws crossed. This one, we know it. We know the iconic photo, with a very concerned look on her face. From that photo became many iterations of memes, and the 2013 joke went just one step further by becoming an actual cryptocurrency. The currency was created by 2 software engineers. We know the story. Jackson Palmer, Billy Marcus. CNBC reported that as of Monday, Dogecoin has a market value of over $34 billion, making it the number 10. Actually, that's not true anymore since this story was written, folks. That's another big story tonight. Big story tonight. Things switching around drastically. Sheeb having a rough day, having a rough tumble. Let's check it out. Let's just see here. Let's just see here. Let's see what the market's doing right now, folks. So Sheeb right now is trading. Sorry, my Voyager app is being kind of glitchy. There it is. Okay. So right now it's down 11%. So it's recovered slightly. At its apex for its downturn today, it was down about 16%. And that drop happened pretty suddenly. So definitely some whale action going on there. And that's dropped it to just a little bit under a $35 billion market value. I mean, still extraordinary, don't get me wrong. But what that did, it's kind of neck and neck now. I mean, earlier today that put Dogecoin on number 9. I think Dogecoin is still barely hanging on at number 9. And that put, earlier that bumped Sheeb down to number 11 off that top 10, which I thought was notable. But now there's, even with that 5% recovery, shaving 5% off that 16% correction, downturn, however you want to refer to it, I think that puts Sheeb back at number 10. So we have Doge at number 9, Sheeb at number 10. just exciting stuff. Both SHIB and Dogecoin just back and forth, man. And right now, one doesn't seem to be able to get a leg over each other. They just keep jockeying for that number 10 space. Back and forth. They're both right at the bottom of the top 10, right? Dogecoin's hanging tough, though. Hanging tough for sure. But this is just extraordinary and unprecedented rivalry that we've been seeing and witnessing for sure. And also to Cabasso, the original Doge that Doge was all templated and based off of for branding. That dog is in Japan, still alive, and Vitalik Buterin revealed in an interview that he once actually flew all the way to Japan just to visit that dog. I mean, that's extraordinary. I mean, I know the guy's a billionaire, but still, you're not going to pick up and go all the way across the other side of the globe to Japan to meet that dog in person as your specific mission for going to Japan, unless you're quite fond of Dogecoin. I mean, unless you're quite fond of Dogecoin. So that just gives kind of a mirror, and that happened a couple years ago. So what this tells us is that Vitalik Buterin has been an enormous fan, enormous fan of Dogecoin for quite some time. I don't think most Ethereum holders still get that. I don't think that still registers to them just how much Vitalik Buterin loves Dogecoin. I still don't think that most even Ethereum investors get it. I know that BitBoy Crypto either doesn't get or doesn't want to get it. It's never once been brought up or acknowledged on his channel. But and you know, lest we forget that Vitalik Buterin is the blockchain advisor for the Dogecoin Foundation, and so that is really something. Yeah. You know, there's another important bit of data that I wanted to share with you guys. I think most everyone in here is a Dogecoin holder. If you're not, no problem. But if you are, I want you to pay very close attention. Sorry, I have a time-sensitive text to someone I have to get back to, so my apologies. And that is, we have solid, conclusive data now that has come out that shows, and I'm going to bring the story up here, and the story comes from a very unlikely source who's kind of pivoted in recent weeks quite hilariously, and that is the Motley Fool. So the Motley Fool is most known for dissing Dogecoin with clickbait articles, and not that they haven't given up on that, because they definitely haven't. But what they've also done, they've started playing both sides of the coin. See what I did there? Yeah. Because they realize that even gets them way more traffic. So they have certain writers that will write pro-Dogecoin articles, and they'll have other writers that will write anti-Doge articles, and they'll just kind of duel it back and forth. And they'll just put both of these kinds of articles out within a same-day news cycle, which is really, really funny to me. And I am not seeing the link, but it's probably for the best. But they were reporting data that has recently come out through a lot of extensive polling information that shows, now get this, folks. Everyone take a deep breath. I want you to take in this big, simple, important fact and truth about Dogecoin holders. And if you're a Dogecoin holder, I want you to listen very carefully. It is now estimated through conclusive data that over 70%, 70, not 17, not 07, 70% of all Dogecoin holders are in the green. 7 out of 10 Dogecoin holders are in profit. 70% of all Dogecoin holders are in profit, are in the green. Ladies and gentlemen, people say that Dogecoin is volatile and reckless investment-wise. That's too risky. And don't get me wrong, it's all risky. See what I did there? When it comes to cryptocurrency or stocks for that matter. But there's also within those respective realms and markets things that are less risky and more volatile. Now, as it were, within the context of the cryptocurrency market, when you have numbers wherein 70% of the holders are in the green, those are unusually low-risk numbers. Those are unusually safe numbers. Those are unusually solid numbers and what could be considered a safe bet within this context for an investor. Now, this is what I've been saying. This is why I often refer to the big three as being Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. Many times people outside of our circles will buckle and kind of do a double take when you mention Dogecoin in the top three. That's still not registering to them. It's still not registering. Folks, 70% of our holders are in the green. This is one of the most solid investments you can make within cryptocurrency. Okay? There's hardly any coins performing with those kinds of numbers. There's hardly any cryptocurrencies delivering that positively for its investor class. Colby, good to see you back in the mix. Haven't seen that name in a bit. What's up, Steven Steele? Who's buying Bitcoin? A lot of people are buying Bitcoin. Mostly big companies and corporations are really still aping into Bitcoin because they're seeing the quarterly earnings reports from Tesla and a few companies like that of just how much money they've made over just a couple years of holding Bitcoin and not doing anything with it and adding that to their bottom lines. I'm still a big fan of Bitcoin, contrary to some people's belief, because I essentially see it as digital gold. I essentially see it as a very safe, sound, appreciating asset as leverage against fiat. Now, I know content creators like Alex Becker, who I love, by the way, I love Alex Becker, would disagree with that. He's all DeFi, all gaming coins, tokens. That's kind of the direction that he's gone in. But he's also a pro Doge guy, too, which is interesting. But he seems to think that Bitcoin is dead. I don't think Bitcoin is dead. I think Bitcoin's far from dead. I just think that it's readjusting to a new role. And I still think there's a lot of money to be made in Bitcoin, even at its buy-in points right now, if you got the diamond hands. And that's why I often recommend to people, hey, if you're getting too overwhelmed by the market in general, and there's just too many projects, excuse me, guys, I'm sorry, tonight I've got like my digestion issues and my reflux is like crazy, so that's what's going on here. So my apologies. But where was I? Oh, so the use case for Bitcoin is just kind of evolving. Now, a lot of more Bitcoin maximalists don't want to hear that. They would strongly disagree with me on that. But we have a lot of proof of concept already to show what holders will spend and what they won't spend. And holders of Bitcoin generally don't spend Bitcoin. Holders of Dogecoin, they'll spend Dogecoin. They're looking for reasons to spend Dogecoin, which is great because that is one of the number one things that actually helps with adoption. It's one of the number one things that helps with adoption is actually spending it, tipping it, gifting it. We just had an effort. I finally got around to throwing some Dogecoin there today. We just had an effort for ocean pollution cleanup. I think Billy Marcus had been tweeting about it too. Was that? I forget who's all involved with it. I know Mr. Beast is involved with it some way, to some capacity as well. But it's essentially, telling people they can gift and donate in Dogecoin to help efforts of cleaning up pollution in the oceans. Probably should say that plurally. And it's been wildly successful. The Dogecoin community has really, really, really shown up and stepping up to the plate for that. I forget what it's up to right now, but these initiatives that we take along the way on our journey to the moon, Mars, and beyond are noteworthy and important and embody the spirit and the ethos and the culture of Doge. I think it's great, and also it helps with the real life everyday adoption. It really does. It really does. And I think that Dogecoin, aside maybe with the exception of Ethereum, due to its overwhelming popularity and use case with NFTs and whatnot, Dogecoin is the retail digital cryptocurrency of Earth. I mean, it's the table is being set for that. Despite, even though Mark Cuban seems to downplay it a bit more than I'd like him to. But he's also open to it. He's also been one of our biggest proponents, so we got to be grateful for that. And I think part of it is a PR strategy. I think he's kind of doing a cautious PR rollout on behalf of Dogecoin to a certain degree. And on the other hand, he's literally seen his bottom line, his quarterly earnings, even his monthly earnings reports showing that out of all the cryptocurrencies, he's making the most money off of people buying merchandise and tickets with Dogecoin, right? Guys, if you're new here, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. It's great to have you here. If I could just ask those of you who haven't smashed that like button, if you could quickly do that, appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And I'd also like to invite you, if you're not already subscribed, to hit that subscribe button, hit all on that notification bell. We'd love to have you ascend with us. We got a quirky little community here, and we're growing every day, and I'm grateful for it, and we have an awesome time. We really have a phenomenal community here. I mean, just an exceptional group of people, and I'd love to have you be a part of it. Jason Huffman, sorry I didn't get to your super chat sooner. I got so tied up in my tangent there. Jason Huffman, thank you for the generous $20 super chat. Always great to have Jason Huffman in the house. Everyone knows Jason Huffman here. Jason Huffman's been such a strong supporter of mine ever since I first began making content right towards the beginning. He's been such an awesome supporter from the beginning. So, great guy. Just a great person to have with us. Jason says, listening on the go. Listening. I assume that was a typo. Listening on the go. Traveling for work. So ready to be in the hotel. Thanks for the news. Great show as always. Thank you, Jason Huffman. Appreciate that. Safe travels to you out there on the road. We have a lot of listeners in this community, viewers, whatever you want to call it, who do a lot of traveling. Actually, you do a lot of traveling for work. Probably most notably trucking all day, right? That's pretty self-explanatory. So trucking all day is always showing up and showing out and showing support, and while he's on the road out there, and just a huge I find people like this just tremendous assets to the community, really, guys. I really do. So what I'm saying is, guys, there's a lot of listen, Dogecoin holders, Dogecoin people, there's a lot of discouragement, there's a lot of speculation. Is SHIB going to take out Dogecoin? Is Dogecoin going dead? Well, SHIB thrives. Look, I don't know the future of SHIB. What I do know is what it's been able to accomplish so far, no matter what you feel about it, has been nothing short of extraordinary. I have to acknowledge that. But I don't think SHIB is going to take Dogecoin out. If anything, I think a bit of this jockeying competition is probably, to a degree, having a mutually beneficial effect on them, okay? I have to say, though, in all transparency, it is my belief that Dogecoin, for a number of reasons, is better positioned to be the stronger long-term investment. That being said, SHIB holders, SHIB traders, you're all welcome here. I just want you guys winning, right? Because the cold hard truth, and most content creators won't necessarily share this with you, but the cold hard truth is, to a degree, no matter which way you slice it. You guys remember that game, Fruit Ninja? Is that still around? I feel like that was like the first game I had on my first iPhone was Fruit Ninja, and I remember just the first time I downloaded and played Fruit Ninja, it was like really kind of groundbreaking phone technology at the time, and I was just like, whoa, this is so cool. But anyway, as I was saying, no matter which way you slice it, guys, you can't have winners in this market without losers. It's like anything else. It's just one of those brutal truths of life. When you're playing, two teams are playing each other in a hockey game, in a basketball game, in a polo match, or whatever. There's going to be a winning team, there's going to be a losing team, right? And the market's no different. And so one of the things that I really strive to do here for you guys is to enable you guys with enough important information and encouragement to substantially increase your probability of not always, but ending up in the win column more than the L, right? So Slide Nudge come with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Slide Nudge. Appreciate you, man. I will tip in Doge, and I will not tip in Bitcoin. Doge has faster transfer times. Content makers get much closer to real-time. Endorphin rush from Doge. I agree with you, Sliding Edge. No lie detected there, my friend. And thank you for that. Appreciate you. Who else we got here? We got Truck on the Day. Truck on the Day coming in with a $10 make you holler. Oh! Or as Ric Flair would say, woo! Right? So thank you, Truck on the Day. Appreciate that. $10 super chat with the super sticker pair rolling back and forth. I love it. I think I'm caught up on super chats there, but thank you guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so another thing too is to keep in mind, and I've stated this many times before, but 12 months from right now, Dogecoin has increased over 9,000% in profit. Now, a lot of people will say, yeah, well, nothing much has really happened in the last 6 months for a market value for Dogecoin, and that is true. They're not incorrect there. Aside from the one parabolic run we had around the Saturday Night Live Elon appearance, it's been, some could argue, rather stagnant, right? But it seems that way. But when you zoom out, even over the last 6 months, but more importantly, over the last 12 months, we have come a long way, baby, as the saying goes. We've come a long way from a fraction of a penny to about 27 cents right now. That's extraordinary growth. Now, Dogecoin, I believe, helped pave the way for SHIB to get to around where Doge is right now in market value much more efficiently. And I believe that's because the template and the groundwork was already laid by Doge to enable that, right? And it's not a mistake that Dogecoin is as established as it is since 2013 and has gotten as far as it has today. Now, to the people that criticize Dogecoin and say, yeah, but Doge is dead because Doge really hasn't made a lot of progress in the last 6 months. Folks, if two teams are playing each other, let's say it's the Green Bay Packers versus the Bears on a Monday night match, right? And the Green Bay Packers, of course, they're going to win because they got Aaron Rodgers. No offense to any Bears fans here. Let's say they win like an astronomical amount, like 42-3, but almost all the points were scored in the first half. And the last half was kind of, not a lot of points were scored. When you get to the end of that game, is the takeaway from that game that the Green Bay Packers didn't really win? They're not really winning because they scored all their points in the first half of the game? No, that's insane. That's stupid. That's silly. Well, when we look at the past year, and when we look at the past year, it's a 42-3 game. That's 9,000%. Because not a lot has happened in the last 6 months. It doesn't all of a sudden discredit how far we've come in the previous 6 months, right? Furthermore, when you look at the metrics since the beginning of 2021, right? 2021, we're looking at an increase of, I think it's almost 4,000% just within 2021. So if you even want to take it from January 1st of last year till now, not even going the whole 12 months back, you're still coming in at over 4,000% increase. It's all perspective here, folks. And, the truth is, it was just about a week and a half ago, Dogecoin was trading between 24 and 25 cents was the general floor that would have been happening for a while. Well, now a new floor has been pretty safely established here at 27 cents. I went over this with Nick when he was on the show last night with me as Tiger King. By the way, I'm back as Real Deal Steven Steele. Though I did have a lot of fun. Assuming Crypto Batman's identity for a few days there. It was a lot of fun, but I have to say, the Crypto Batman look is not very flattering on me. It's a lot more flattering on him. Crypto Batman looks like, I don't know, just flush, kind of like he looks flush and alive, and he looks like an island boy. He does. He looks like an island boy. But when I play Crypto Batman, I was looking back at the footage. I'm like, wow, I look very sickly. I look like a sickly madman playing Crypto Batman. But I think I kind of nailed the Crypto Batman in my video short there. I was reviewing that this morning. I just watched it once. I'm like, I think I did pretty good on that. But if you didn't get a chance to see that, you can review those. I was Crypto Batman the last two shows before this. And Nick joined me last night, and my second and final night is Crypto Batman. And Nick was the Tiger King last night. And Nick does a pretty good Tiger King voice and affectation as well. Tim Pool's beanie is a bioweapons lab. That's a lot going on with that beanie, right? Yeah, I've never seen Tim Pool in a wig, so I'm not sure. Tim Pool gone, or Crypto Batman gone MIA. His subscribers should make Steven past 10K. It's a long journey for me, folks. I don't even have 5,000 subscribers. I'm the small fish in the pond. I am the small fish in the pond. When I first started this channel, it wasn't during any parabolic rises. And so I've just been grinding it out kind of since the beginning of Dogecoin trading sideways. So that's kind of where I came in. A lot of the other much more popular Doge-centric channels started before or during when everybody and their mother was focused on Dogecoin. Towards the beginning of last year, I think that from January, February, and March, I think was at its apex. Slide coming with another $2 super chat. If only Sadaf jumped on as Carol Baskin. Yeah, that would have really set it off, right? So Sadaf promised me that kind of going forward here, she is going to be on camera. So we won't just have the voice of Sadaf, we'll have the face of Sadaf from here up. So we will be looking forward to that and getting her in the mix. And I plan on having Sadaf in the mix much more regularly. So I tell this to you guys to be encouraged. I know sometimes this seems rather tedious and boring, right? But that's why it's also important. It's probably good for most of us to diversify. For me, just my personal approach to it that is most engaging and successful and satisfying for me, it's kind of a three-prong approach. And I go over that three-pronged strategy in my members-only streams, and I'm going to be even deep diving more into that as I continuously fine-tune it and learning new things. And I've also got my eye on a few new prospects that of 4 members picks. The members picks have been going really well, performing really well. And one of my picks that's not just on the members stream that I've talked about a lot about here on the main show is Avalanche. Avalanche. I told you guys that keep an eye on Avalanche. That Avalanche was going to really start taking off with from the time I started talking about it through the next few months. So when we look at how Avalanche is performing today, Avalanche is up as of right now 11%. 11%. That's very substantial. Moving up to a market cap of over $30 billion. Avalanche is really moving on up. I think there's still a lot of decent gains likely to be made there between that and Solana. Of course, Solana really taking off. Both of these, I told you guys this was going to happen. Both Solana and Avalanche able to capitalize on Ethereum kind of being this interim of being high demand while having all these astronomical gas fees. So a chunk of the NFT market has fractured into relying on Solana and even Avalanche to a degree. And it's really showing up in the market value of both of those cryptocurrencies. Trucking all day, thank you for the $3 super sticker with the hippo there. Appreciate it, man. So that's exactly what started to happen here. Look, I think until Ethereum 2.0 is really market ready and going, I think it's a very high probability that Avalanche and Solana will just keep rising, keep doing big things. So just keep an eye on those. Yeah, and like 7-1 says, the call letters for Avalanche are AVAX. AVAX. I know they have, I own a little bit of Solana on Coinbase, and then I own my my Avalanche on Voyager. Doge is going to beat everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum. High Tech Low Life says, I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's probably what's going to happen over given enough time. I do think that we're going to see Dogecoin toggle back and forth between third and fourth in market cap. There's too many big players that are very passionate about Dogecoin. That have the ability to make absolutely game-changing moves, right? Most notably Elon Musk, of course. But then we've got Vitalik Buterin on board. We got Mark Cuban on board. I think the stage is really set for Dogecoin to become the quintessential retail digital currency on the planet. I really do. I know a lot of people think that's crazy, but let them think that's crazy. A lot of people said Dogecoin was dead in 2013 and 14, 15, 16, 17, and all on up. They've been saying it. So people have been incorrectly predicting the demise of Dogecoin for 8 years now, folks. 8 years now. So just let that sink in. High Tech Low Life. Steven Steele. Yeah, exactly. We have the best fake CEOs. Yes, and now Elon Musk is the fake CEO of Dogecoin, right? And it's kind of a rotating short list cast of characters. I think Greg was the official, unofficial fake CEO of Dogecoin for a bit as well. That was pretty funny. And I haven't kept up with Greg lately yet, but he's still doing his thing. He's still making his coffee, Greg Coffee or Greg Roast. I forget what it's called. This is kind of interesting. So the whole media, guys, has just been, I don't know if you've noticed, has just been viciously going after Elon Musk, just in a vicious manner, to a degree that far exceeds any boundaries, far exceeds going outside of any boundaries of responsible unbiased journalism. We had this narrative last week where it was, Elon Musk could solve world hunger with just $6 billion of his $300 billion, but he chooses not to do it because that's the kind of a-hole he is. He just wants to go to Mars and F this planet, whatever. Oh, and then Elon started answering back to some of these journalists on Twitter, and this is like, well, if you can prove to me on paper and draw out a plan for me that's completely transparent and can guarantee me that almost all of this money will go towards that, I will sell Tesla stock off right now and give you $6 billion to solve world hunger. Well, then the goalposts changed when Elon clapped back and said that to the media, and then all of a sudden they were saying, well, you know, it might not solve world hunger, it probably won't do that, but it would probably really assist in other ways where it would empower people and fight dictatorships all across the globe. I'm like, okay, well, that's a completely different metric now. That's a completely different goalpost. Like, you just completely changed the rules. So they spend all this time hammering and criticizing Elon Musk for things they don't think he's doing or things that he doesn't care enough about. And then Elon responds, is like, I care. If you have a plan that works, I'll invest in it. But I'm just not going to throw money at a plan that's not going to work. But if you got a plan, well, we don't really have a plan. We're just, they're just being armchair quarterbacks is what they're being. High Tech Lowlife finally became a member. Welcome, High Tech Lowlife. Appreciate you, man. Love seeing that green on the screen. Love seeing new members, guys. Love seeing new members. That is awesome. And you too can become a member for as little as $4 a month. Josh Randell disavows coming in with a $10 make you holler. Did Rock Lobster get trapped under the mound of hot, tatted up rocker chicks? So yeah, just a call to Rock Lobster to see if he is still out there. So to Rock Lobster, can you hear me? Are you out there? That's as close as you're going to get to a Pink Floyd impression from me. Rock Lobster answering back with a $10 super chat. Not yet, Josh. But we know Rock Lobster. We know he's been there a few times at least. And he will again. So thank you guys both for the support. Appreciate both of you guys. Guys, if you are brand new here, you are watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. So great to have you with us tonight. If you haven't already subscribed, I would invite you to subscribe to the channel, hit all on that notification bell, ascend with our eccentric little community to the moon, to Mars, and beyond. It's great to have you with us. So that whole tangent, dovetailing off that whole tangent of Elon and the mainstream media attacking him, one guy in the mainstream media has continuously stood up for Elon Musk and his business savvy and judgment, and that is Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer, who is unbelievably still alive. I would assume that guy would have blown a gasket by now, had a brain aneurysm or a heart attack or both, but no. Cramer is still as fire as ever and still alive and going. And he said that today, he said Elon Musk is the most consequential person in business, and it would be a huge mistake to underrate him, okay, and a mistake to sell Tesla shares. Excuse me. And Cramer has really kind of held to this sentiment for a long time now in the face of vast criticism from most of the rest of the mainstream media towards Elon Musk. Jim Cramer has been steadfast in saying, no. You guys underestimate Elon Musk at your own peril. You got to understand, this Elon hate isn't really nothing incredibly new. I remember when a few years ago when Elon went on Joe Rogan for the first time and participated in a little bit of the devil's lettuce live on the air there. The following couple of days, Tesla stock sunk 20% because of that, which is silly to me, but that's how it shook out. And I remember so many people were saying, oh, Elon's too erratic, he's too immature, he's going to tank Tesla. We need to pull him out of that position and replace him as CEO. We can't have these kind of shenanigans and these smart aleck tweets. He's got to go, and he's gonna drive Tesla straight into the ground unless we act fast. And I remember watching that, and I was like, man, you people do not know what you're talking about. You do not know what you're talking about. And it didn't take long, of course, till after that we saw Tesla prosper 2 degrees that never had happened before, and continually do so. When you look at the stock value now versus where the stock value of Tesla was then, during that temporary 20-minute downturn, it's quite significant, to say the least. So, be careful out there, Crypto Tank Girl. Be careful out there. And those restaurants, sometimes those Denny's, man, those Denny's can really get pretty wild. This one comes courtesy of Cointelegraph, guys. Cointelegraph. Everyone's in the sandbox. So the sandbox is one of the predominant metaverses out there. Artists, brands, creators pile into the metaverse. New ecosystem partners attract creator incentives, and the successful completion of a $93 million funding round are a few reasons why SAND, those are the call letters for Sandbox, also another one of my member picks, by the way, it was a few weeks ago anyway, has rallied. And this is what's good about membership. SAND was in one of my picks. Now, granted, it wasn't my top. It was probably my 3rd or 4th pick a couple weeks ago. And I wish I would have invested more. I only invested a real small portion because that's all I could afford. But has rallied almost 400% in the past 2 weeks. I started seeing it go, and when I recommended it to members at the time, it was up about 100%. And I saw the charting, and I said, oh, this thing is going to it's going to do a lot more than this. It's going to do a lot more than this. So, anyway, Sandbox is the blockchain gaming ecosystem that has seen explosive growth through the course of 2021 as NFTs and the play-to-earn gaming model help create new income opportunities for people around the world, while also ushering in a new cohort of users to the cryptocurrency sector. One project involved in gaming and building the metaverse is the Sandbox, a blockchain virtual world where users create, build, buy, sell digital assets, form a game. Sandbox is great. And you know who was actually ahead of the curve in seeing Sandbox as a super vibrant alternative for the future is DogeX. The DogeX metaverse developer set up the metaverse on Sandbox before most NFT collections were hip to it. And I remember he was pivoting. At first he was going to go with the name's eluding me right now, but the more conventional one everybody was going to, and he switched gears. He said, "No, we're going to unravel the DogeX metaverse on Sandbox," and now we see why. Now we see why that team made that decision, and it's looking like that was a very, very wise one. Mana, yeah, those of you who've been holding on to Mana for a while are definitely seeing some dividends earned there. Let's see here. This comes courtesy of FX Empire. Multi-billion-dollar Shiba Inu wallet makes some moves. Cryptocurrency investors continue watching Shiba Inu price after the meme coin's impressive run leading in November. Investors are also keeping a close eye on one particular Shiba wallet that took the prize after seeing its value soar from $8,000 a little over a year ago to some $5.7 billion, as the price soared as high as a bunch of zeros and some numbers. Investors have since taken some profits, with the price currently down about 9% in the last 24 hours, 11.5% as of now. And that very high-profile wallet has been making some moves. So what kind of moves has this wallet, the Shiba wallet, been making? After a few days of calm around the massive Shiba wallet, leaving investors to speculate whether or not the owner had lost the keys, this wallet is once active again, The fortuitous owner of the SHIB wallet has moved some funds after seeing value of their early investment balloon to the multi-billion-dollar level. As pointed out by the DevChart Twitter account, the anonymous owner of the famous Shiba Inu wallet has been making withdrawals. And I think this is kind of what we're seeing today with the downturn of SHIB. They have moved funds into multiple mysterious wallets to the tune of more than 50% of their holdings, or many trillions of SHIB, worth sum of $2.7 trillion. Unbelievable amounts of money. They have not cashed out altogether. That still leaves this crypto king with roughly $2 billion of SHIB in the original wallet for now. This savvy... That can't be too... I have to go back there and correct the record. That can't be $2.7 trillion. That can't be right. Or many trillions of SHIB worth some $2.7 trillion. It's telling me that this 50% of this guy's holdings is worth almost $3 trillion that he just cashed out. I don't know if that's right, but that's what this article is saying. My goodness. Meme coins Shiba Inu and Dogecoin have been jockeying for the position of ranking. Most recently, Dogecoin, the original meme coin, has overtaken the number 9 spot in crypto market cap. Shiba Inu investors have certainly made their presence known and are waiting for their favorite crypto to reach wide-scale adoption. Petition to change.org to have SHIB listed on Robinhood, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know about that. What would you call that? A petition, duh. That's the word I'm looking for. Holy cow, we got the OG real Miles G Investments just became a member of this channel. Can you guys believe it? Miles G, thank you so much, man. And good to see you in the mix. Sorry, I didn't notice that earlier. I was embroiled in that article and bringing people the news there. But awesome. Thank you, Miles G. Miles G, some colorful commentary in the chat. Thank you for turning green, my friend. Awesome. Thank you for the support, bro. Really appreciate it. Miles says something. It was Chris Crypto trying to rug SHIB. I'm not gonna add to that at all. Oh man. Yeah, I actually forgot about his channel. I forgot that he's back actually. Oh man, I'm not even gonna touch that, guys. I'm not even gonna touch that. Yes. No, it's 2.5 billion. Hunter Wayne cents. Okay, thank you for clarifying. I was like, this has to be a typo in this article. This has to be a typo. There's no way half of this guy's SHIB wallet cashed out is worth almost $3 trillion. There's no way. 2.5 billion. That I can see. So, yeah, that was a typo on behalf of Yahoo Finance and FX Empire. So blame it on them. Another report is showing that more and more working class people are quitting their jobs thanks to crypto markets. Cointelegraph reports almost 2/3 respondents who quit their jobs after making life-changing gains from crypto had a total income of less than $50,000. Wow. Data suggests that some low-paid members of the workforce are quitting their jobs after making life-changing crypto gains. Analytics firm Civic Science posted survey results on November 1st, which showed that 4% of nearly 7,000 respondents aged 18 and over had quit their jobs in the past year due to financial freedom earned by investing in crypto assets. I love it. I love to hear it. I think almost all of us would love to be in that position where we could just say to our own business or our bosses, as that old country song goes, take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. I came across a lot of green weenies, and now I got billions in store. Yeah, we would all love to be there, right? Dogecoin kind of pumping. There's definitely a lot of live trading action going on. Here we are approaching that 27 cent mark again. Obviously, just going to keep hitting a lot of resistance at the top of 26 as it keeps going back and forth. But we'll continue to monitor the situation and see if we can get on up closer to 30 cents, guys. But guys, this is a theme that I've shared with you guys before. The overwhelming amount of millionaires made through crypto have done so through picking very solid long-term investment projects with high utility and holding over the course of several years, not 1 year, not 2 years, but several years. I mean, just imagine people who put in $1,000 in Bitcoin 6 or 7 years ago, or into Ethereum when it first started off. Where they're sitting now as a consequence. We have actually a quintessential example of that sort of person, and one of my co-hosts, Nick, who put in $10,000 into Dogecoin back in 2014 and is now retired at the age of 33. Retired at 33 with as a multi-millionaire off of a $10,000 investment because he diamond-handed it, because he was patient, he forgot about it, he went on with his life, kept making money, kept making capital, kept working, day-to-day jobs, and having that patience, right, to let the wealth and opportunity accumulate. Most people cheat themselves out of their own success through their impatience. Impatience is the number one thing that will sabotage your success in the crypto market or in the stock market. Not to undervalue the importance of knowing when to pull out and take your profits, particularly in those more high volatile situations or projects. You definitely don't want to be scared to take profits there. But when you're talking about really solid long-term projects like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Dogecoin, like XRP, like ADA, things like that, I think it's going to give you a much higher probability of success and financial freedom to literally just forget about it for years on end. Rock Lobster, I keep hearing about XR Doge. Sounds like XRP stealing Doge Ethereum idea. I've never heard of XR Doge, but it does not surprise me. Any combination of words there that you can put around Doge, you bet someone's going to make a token out of it. So it doesn't surprise me at all. Did I miss any super? Truckin' All Day, celebrating 6 months of membership. Awesome. Thank you, Truckin' All Day. Appreciate you so much, man. And thank you for your continued support of the show. You've been one of my biggest supporters since the very beginning. So thank you so much. Will Doge Elon Mars surpass Progression and Sheeb? I don't think so. I think that'd be pretty unlikely. Most people got in too late on Doge Elon Mars. We could check on it. It's kind of been performing unremarkably over the last few days. Yeah, it's definitely been going down. Is this the end of Doge Elon Mars? It could be. I mean, it seems like one of those high volatility, hit it and quit it kind of coins. But then again, a lot of people are involved in that community now. It just matters if they're going to keep the distance. They're gonna see another shiny new coin to take their attention away from it. I would have to say that Tiger King coin has been performing very well over the last week and a half, and overall Floki as well. If we're gonna get into those now, Floki. Let's see how Floki's been doing. Don't want to spend a lot of time in these, but. Yeah, so Floki's up about 25% today. So a nice bullish day. Altura, one of my top picks, that's been performing just out of this world, incredible, has had a downturn day finally today. Big correction day today, down about 30%, which is to be expected when you see how bonkers it was and how much it was just really burning up there and going up without a lot of retracement. So that doesn't surprise me. But that community is pretty strong too. I think it will weather that storm and accumulate and rise again. Floki's got an incredible investment and marketing strategy and budget behind it, and a pretty strong popular community. To me, on those things alone is what probably makes it a bit better than your typical SHIT coin investment, knockoff coin investment, due to their incredibly aggressive marketing tactics and the high budget on their marketing budget allotted. And they have said things they're going to do, and they have followed through the things they're going to do. So we'll see if that continues. I know they're looking to expand that aggressive marketing strategy into other parts of Western Europe and here in the United States in the not-so-distant future. So we'll see if they follow through on those plans and those promises, and then we'll see how it shakes out. How are you acquiring XRP on my exchange? Yeah, XRP is very hard to get a hold of because it got deplatformed when it got into a lot of trouble with the SEC. And so a lot of those same platforms are waiting for all that to get cleared up before they re-platform it, I assume. And Voyager being one of them. I'm not sure. I can't think of off the top of my head where you can get it right now. I'm pretty sure Gemini carries it for one. Floki has a savage rug pull on the horizon. Josh, I mean, you could totally be right. These are high risk, high reward investments. But from what I've seen, Floki, they took a jab at Sheeb over their fake burn to Vitalik's wallet, and they made a statement that that's something that they would never do, which I thought that was kind of fun trade of barbs there. Slide Edge coming with a 72. Sorry. $2 super chat. Congrats to Truckin' All Day on the 6 months. Yes, indeed. Yes, definitely congrats to Truckin' All Day. And thank you, Slide Edge. Appreciate it. Arcade Up asks, is Pancake Swap and Uniswap the same or different types of tokens? So neither Pancake Swap or Uniswap are tokens. They're merely catalysts that help exchange and swap your coins into whatever other coins or tokens that you want. So those are simply the mechanisms that exchange your Ethereum to whatever ERC token project you want, or exchange your BNB, which is the thing that's most often used to convert it into whatever Binance Smart Chain based, blockchain based token projects there are out there. So that's what those are. Uniswap is usually most synced up and linked up with either the Coinbase wallet or a MetaMask, and PancakeSwap is usually most often used and associated with the Trust Wallet, app. Oh yeah, Uphold has XRP and very easy app, but not many coins. Yes, Uphold's very user friendly. That is true. Thank you for that, Truckin' All Day. Well, guys, I've been going for about an hour and a half here. So I think I'm going to wind this one down, but I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out tonight. Because I'm having stomach issues tonight, I'm going to forego a members-only stream until tomorrow night, but we'll have a members-only stream tomorrow night following the show. I'm going to have a co-host with me tomorrow night. Not sure if it's going to be Nick or Sadaf, but I will let you guys know. And don't forget, I will be having Ross Nickel on this weekend. Definitely don't want to miss that. That's going to be a late one. It's going to be like a midnight-ish show, so definitely make sure you are well caffeinated for that one, folks. Anyway, thank you again. Thank you, my members. Thank you, my core. Thank you, non-members alike. And thank you, first-time viewers and everyone in between. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's keep the positivity going forward. And, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night and when we have fun and do it all over again. Guys, until next time, this is Steven Steele signing out.
You had that third failure in a row. Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. Probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing, we'll have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge momentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, it's like there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. So, to the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
No.
Why not?
I Don't ever give up.